Hello, welcome to the Scuffed Express, where I'm going to respond to Brian here. Brian has been saying some schizo bullshit nonsense for a long time. I fought with Brian many times over the years. Nobody's ever really heard those because Brian is a bitch and refuses to fight with me on a live stream. So nobody's actually heard it, but I've been trying to get Brian to stop his retarded antics for a long time. I finally gave up. He pushed it to the limit. Now he has come up with more schizophrenic delusions in which I'm in contact with trannies now, and I'm mind controlling trannies to record him in Discord calls, and also teaching them somehow how to get Brian to talk to them. I guess this is also a conspiracy. Somehow, what this all comes down to is Brian asserts now in a massive conspiracy theory that I have somehow hypnotized him into talking to a tranny for hours and hours and hours in a recorded call and getting the tranny to record it and then releasing it to the masses. How did you come to this conclusion, Brian? Like, whoa, what happened to you, buddy? Is there a probe up your ass? Did someone melt your brain? Like, what happened, Brian? This is insane. I mean, it's just nuts. So I'm going to pull up the stream here. And we're going to watch a little bit of this. 95% of this stream is about me. Brian's obsession with me, I guess, now. I'm the new Jim, I guess. Everything bad that's ever happened to Brian is my fault. And, well, let's just go. Let's just start this off. I'm not muted, Shenmue. Okay, let's start this off.
Locked and loaded, cash ready. We're gonna go to Canada. We gotta deal with a tranny. We gotta deal with a fucking other guy named Roxo. We gotta deal with PPP and the Keto fucking casino. We're taking them all out, one by one. We're gonna end up in Florida. We're gonna visit Joshua Connor Moon's mom. It's a road trip. It's a road trip.
Now, I have to say, Brian is a showman. He's a showman at heart. And he's really displaying the showman skills here as he erratically drives all over the road at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Now, you're probably wondering to yourself in the chat.
It was 2 months before Christmas.
Hold on, we got a sorry ass ad killing the mood. Probably wondering.
What are you doing, Brian? Can you drive,
you
Brian?
You are the most hated man on the internet. You make Ralph
put your hands on the wheel, Brian.
Like a child. Compared to you, you've got everyone A-logging you. They're taking everything from you. What keeps you going? What motivates you? Hatred and pettiness. Just like the Scepter. Hatred and pettiness. We're going to be petty.
Hatred and
you know,
pettiness.
Someone used to tell
Something
me no half
Brian
measures.
knows everything
I don't even
about
see a fucking line.
Hatred and pettiness.
I think we're just going to dox everybody. I think we're just going to go out and drop everything.
I thought doxing is wrong, Brian. I thought that's the worst crime on the planet.
I think it don't matter no more. I think when you fuck with a guy and take everything from him, what's he got to lose? So yeah, Adam, we're going to show you in Persip's DMs where you guys were sexting each other. Yeah, Adam, we're going to talk about your ex-fiance that you knocked up and you regretted. Yeah, Adam, we're going to talk about what happened with the boxing event and you and Elaine Miller when you cheated on your girl the first time. We're going to talk about all of it. We're going to talk about Mormon Shaggy being a fucking pedophile, hitting on trannies. We're going to talk about everything. You know what's funny? What's funny, and this is for you, Persip.
Of course, I'm low energy. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
You go out on
this
air
is chill.
while I'm
this
asleep.
Is, I'm chilled
in
out,
the fucking
bro.
morning because you
Let
don't
me be
sleep because
out.
you got nothing better to do. You got nobody else in your family on fucking Christmas. Do it. And you go out of your way to say you still got love for me. That you feel guilty
I do have
for what
love
y'all
for you,
did.
Brian.
But
you're a
then you said
retard.
I deserve it. You don't express why I deserve it. You just say I broke a cardinal sin. What sin was that, person? Was it when you guys brought on swatters and people who sent child porn to me and shit?
Oh, please.
And then you thought it'd be funny
Brought on
to do something like
swatters.
that?
Do you know?
To teach me
Hold
a lesson?
on. I gotta
Because y'all
pause
said,
this real quick.
"You're putting
Do you know now Brian has admitted that the number doesn't match? The person that he accused of sending CP to him, the number didn't even match, and now he's saying he doesn't know who sent him CP. I mean, Brian, get a fucking grip, Brian. Get a fucking grip, bro. This is what makes me insane about him. So that isn't the person, right? So then, did I bring on somebody who sent you CP, or did I not bring on somebody who sent you CP? Because you said it wasn't the same number. So I need to know that, Brian.
a target on my back. Zoom's gonna dox us." So then you
No
do
one
that.
ever said that.
And what
That's
did I
fucking
do?
complete
I said,
nonsense
what? Adam's a
bullshit.
drug addict who's not allowed around.
That's what. This is all projection, by the way. This is all stuff that Brian thinks about 24 hours a day that he's now going to attribute to me.
Clean. You don't want to be clean. You don't give a fuck. He thinks he's Ralph Jr. So that's my cardinal sin. Fuck you. How about that?
Yeah, we see
Fuck
what you're
you,
up to in
Percip.
your personal life,
How
Brian.
about that, Mr. New Yorker?
Going to talk about
You
other
can suck
people's
my
personal
dick.
lives. We
That's
see what
I
you're
think,
up to in
Percip.
your
You can
personal
suck
life,
my
Brian.
fucking dick. If
Maybe
you
this is
felt
more
sorry,
delusion and
you
projection.
just come tell me, this motherfucker and I have DMs back and forth, arguing on the ethics of trying to ruin my life.
He talks about this. You know what the do you know what the big back and forth is between me and Brian? Brian threatening to kill me in graphic and violent ways, and me laughing at Brian and saying, "Come to my house." That's what it is. That's these DMs about ethics.
Talking shit on the internet about really fucked up people.
And then he blocks me, and then he'll unblock me and send more threats, and then block me again like a little bitch.
Okay? When you guys did what you did, when Adam Edge did what you did,
peak
all you
womanly
did
behavior,
was protect pedophiles. All you did was protect swatters. All you did was avow people who do shit like that. When you do shit like that, person, it speaks to your character. That's what it is. When you had Ace Solari arguing me about the exit...
No one had Asa arguing with him. Brian creates this in his mind that he thought he was going to go to everybody that we knew and try to say we were evil. We were evil people that hung around with doctors and swatters. This is what Brian was up to. Thanks for exposing yourself, Brian. Big expose here.
Toxin swatters on your guys' behalf. That was pretty fucking pathetic. Let's be real.
I'm just going to lay it all out.
And then y'all want to talk about you have love for me, that you feel
I do have love
guilty.
for you, but you're mentally fucking ill, Brian. You're mentally fucking ill, bro.
To the bank. If you want to make amends, you do it the right way. You come out and you fucking say, hey, we worked with this tranny. We did a bunch of gay ops. We lied about this person. He never did this. I mean, you...
Listen to this. Listen to this coping from Brian, okay? Listen to this fucking coping from Brian. That somehow somebody psyoped this fucking random tranny that Brian... we all know why Brian was talking to this tranny, but Brian, apparently, if you actually read the DMs, you'll know Brian was talking to this tranny to get dirt on the Council of Evil and on this sex tape. That's why you were talking to the tranny, Brian. Just be honest with yourself. Nobody planted a tranny. When you told me, he actually did tell me about this. You know what I told Brian? You're a retard and you're being recorded. You're a retard and you're being recorded. And it's going to come out and I'm going to laugh at you about it because I've already told you about this, Brian. You're mentally ill, bro. Like you're not getting it. When people want to talk to you, Brian, it's like they're recording you and it's a joke. Because they can't believe that you would spend 4 hours talking to a random tranny on Discord. People are in disbelief by how retarded that is, Brian. I'm going to lay this out for you in like the most simple words that you could understand.
Yourself, Percip, were caught by Dymo in a chat talking about how you made it all up. How you knew that I never cheated on my wife.
Trust
and you
me,
knew none of this was
I would
real,
have
but you thought I deserved this because
wonderful
this is
tape
what I get. Because I talk bad
robbing the
about
audience.
Mr. Adam Edge, Mr. Earwoodson, Mr. Faggotwoodson. The same fucking guy who is a fucking
Weird
mess
obsession.
in his real life. He's an alcoholic, a drug addict. He's a bouncer at a fucking club.
What
Or a promoter. He's not even a bouncer. He's a promoter at a club.
PPP was the
He doesn't
bouncer at a
work
club.
barely at all. He's got a drug
Fucking
problem. He's got a
idiot.
cocaine problem. He can't
Brian's
hold down a
brain
fucking
is
job.
short-circuiting
That Adam
again.
Edge, that one.
Yes.
That's the guy
He was a bouncer
we're
at a
gonna
club.
side with. Okay. Well, that's fine. The Paul show's coming back. We're gonna be covering some shit.
The poll show's coming back. I thought
don't
you were. I
understand
thought Brian
why
died. He killed
y'all
himself,
just can't let it go.
and his friend was announcing
Y'all
it
just
for
can't
him.
move on. But don't worry, I'm on the road
You're
this
back.
time. It's going to be a little
He's
bit
already
different.
back.
We're going to be stopping state to state, covering different content.
Which is
as
what
we
I
make
told
our way
everybody.
to the
He'll
season
just
finale,
rewrite and
and we
rewire
wrap
his
this
brain
shit
and
up
come
with
back
a bow.
like nothing
That's
happened.
what I think. That's what we should do. I think the chat, press 1 in the chat if you want me to show up to Shaggy's house. Chat, because I think that's what we're doing here, chat.
Yeah, I think we are showing up to Shaggy's house. I agree with that.
All right, yep, there you see it. That's it. So, you might be wondering, Brian, what are you talking about?
Sleep with
What do you
one
mean
eye open,
Shaggy
Shaggy.
person's
We'll
come
be
out and
there.
talked about the Brian Dunn
One
question?
day when you're least
Well,
suspecting, I promise.
Let's go listen to it. Let's go listen to it.
The poll show. The poll show has been in a state of revival for the past 8 years.
Here we go. Late night Scuffed Express update. All right, let's skip over his gay, like, soothing music of him in a fucking. He's got this
God
music
forbid,
chat
Brian.
make you calm in the chat, like you're
God
gonna have
forbid
a
you're
good
calm
time,
for 2 goddamn seconds
right?
without having a
And it's all
meltdown.
soothing and stuff like that. He wants you to be
Your state of
woosah,
being.
so you can relax,
The meltdown.
enjoy your blood sports, right? Like a massage parlor, except it's just fucking crazy psychopaths screaming in your ear, right? It's kind of funny, but hey, you know, each their own. I'm not reading chat really. I can barely see it with these shades on.
I'm not reading chat while I'm driving and working the stream.
It's bringing me down. I'm contemplating.
Yeah,
turning
maybe
this
that's
car
not a
around.
good idea, Brian.
But it ain't
I
gonna
think you'll
happen.
do it
But
anyway.
I am
I think
contemplating.
you're
It makes
lying.
me think about it. He goes, what if I did go back? What if I do go home? What if I just turn it around? What if, chat? What if I just cut the content? That's what we care about here. We don't care about the health and safety of other
I
people.
did enjoy
Like
the poll
content.
show myself,
But-
personally.
For this one moment, what if?
Brian finding the dregs of the
Turn
earth
it
from the
around.
gutter and dragging them onto a live
What if
stream
we went back?
so they can fight each other to the death.
What if?
It's like
What
internet
if we all
bum
hugged
fight.
it out? What if Perspicacity really DM'd me and said, "Hey, I'm sorry
Yeah, I know this is
for
Inception
targeting
here.
your wife and your kids and lying about you and telling people to harass them"? What if?
What if? What if Brian didn't post his own wife's information onto his
Makes
Twitter
you think, don't it? What if?
and people didn't pull
What
that
if
up on a live
Chinatown
stream?
still existed? What if Shamu wasn't a piece of shit?
I don't know.
What if
Shamu,
Shailene
new
and Rizzo
enemy.
got
Shamu. Shamu is the new
What
enemy.
if
I thought
Pac-Man
Shamu was your
Rita
best
Spades
friend,
got
Brian.
married?
Shamu!
What if
Let me tell you about
Zoo
what Shamu
and then he had a
did.
girlfriend playing Valorant on the internet? What if Roxo never had DMs leaked from Destiny 2 servers where he's grooming 13-year-olds?
Oh my
These are
God.
questions.
Hello, everyone.
Oh no!
Triple
He
A,
fucked it all up. These are just questions we have. My questions, they make you think. This music, it makes you wonder.
We'll speed this up a little bit.
Makes you wonder.
Makes you wonder.
What are we doing here, person? Oh. Soothing music again.
Getting everything set up here.
You're not even ready, Chad. He's not even ready. We're fucking it all up. We're starting it strong. Starting it strong with this gay faggot.
You're a gay faggot too, Brian.
Look at this. Is so nice music, isn't it? I feel like
This was the first
You
thing
might
I
as well
got.
accept it.
Space
Everybody
It's like, yeah, I was about to
knows.
say, I feel like I'm in the
Everybody's
ocean,
known.
underwater.
You've cried about it every single day since it happened.
New age gear? What is
Since
this?
everybody found out that you lust for cock.
See, it makes you think. It just makes you
This
think about all these
person,
things.
this person been announcing his retirement.
Oh.
Ralph's Janny.
Well, is it?
No.
Of course not. You look,
Brian.
stop right there.
Look
Katie
at Brian
McMahon's
having
first sentence,
seizures.
Perspicacity. Is Perspicacity announcing his retirement for being Gator Jr. of the King of
Oh
Kill
my
Street?
God.
Absolutely
Brian,
not.
very
I understand that
upset.
Ralph is using him as a dummy
We're gonna
bag
have to-
for
I'm gonna
Dingo
have
and
to
other people
address
hop in
this-
and just
this
bully person
point
for
here.
being a gay retard. And I know he understands that, but it's the best he's gonna get. It's the best he's gonna get. I mean, we're gonna cover Adam's last stream, by the way, where he openly is wasted yelling about Worski replacing
we're
him.
gonna
And how
cover- yeah,
he openly says it's a spite stream to PPP for not picking him to be the co-host. He lets it slip out the bag that his
So
whole issue with the
angry.
Keno Casino isn't all the problems that the Keno Casino causes, or that Ashton is a fat piece of shit hypocrite like Worski, and Worski's this evil, maniacal man. We've already talked about this. We don't need to go into him being a gay, furry pedophile, allegedly. And
What?
But it's about him not being able to be a part of the Keno Casino.
Does anybody even know what the fuck
Pushed
Brian
out
is talking
of the
about?
Keno Casino. It's a spite stream. We're gonna play that next. But for right now, Persip is the best it's gonna get. Ralph's co-host. And Ralph, I guarantee
So
you, as much as you
obsessed
think
with
your
me being
relationship with Ralph
Ralph's
is good, just wait. Just wait.
No, things are very good with me and Ralph.
I'm sure.
All right, might as well start.
That'll start, Persip.
I'm waiting for him to
Okay,
get
here we go.
into
news update in the sector.
News update in the sector. There we go. Hold on. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. News alert in the sector. It's still shit. What's the news alert about? Person thing you're going to cover in Prez's channel? It's like 10 viewers.
Brian, you're so angry.
We're going to cover
You're
randoms
so
on Discord.
angry.
Is that what
We're
we're
not
at now?
talking
We're
about
scraping the bottom of the
Streams
barrel?
with 50 views
Yeah,
of you
all the shit
talking to
going on.
trannies and
You
threatening
can
them.
talk about Josh's ward with these ISPs. You can talk about
Shout it
Ricardo.
out, Brian.
You can talk
Tell him
about-
where to
you can skip over
find.
the Keno Casino. You can
Tell
let
him
them
where
go
to
just as
find the
much as you're
recordings
obsessed
of you
with
fighting
Ralph.
with
You
random
guys are
people
obsessed
in
with the Keno
Discord all
Casino.
day.
You can talk about
He wants
anything. There's so
people
much
to
Destiny.
know.
Hunter Avalon openly admitting that he apologizes to the guy who shot a shotgun through his door and was going to kill him.
Oh,
You can
shut
talk about
up,
all these
Brian.
weird things that are so silly. Talk
Why
about
don't
Trump
you talk
and the
about it,
Colorado
bro?
Supreme Court if you wanted to. But no, we need to
Why
talk
don't you
about
talk about it,
the
Brian?
Council of Evil and Mormon Shaggy and the bottom of the barrel. Things that are already dead, gay, homosexual, and want to fuck children. That's what we're talking about. Welcome to the sector, chat.
I do feel a little guilty what I did to Brian. I'm going to touch on that as our first
Fuck
topic
you.
of conversation.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Persip. Yeah, you feel
Fuck
guilty,
you,
bitch.
Brian. Fuck you.
Oh, I did? I deserve my wife and kids plastered all over a drunk, alcoholic, drug addict's fucking street.
Oh, fuck you,
Yelling about how much
Brian.
you contact her and tell her I cheat
Fuck
on my
you,
life with
Brian.
bullshit
All
lies
right,
that
hold
you
on,
admit
hold
that
on,
are
hold on.
lies.
Fuck you, Brian. Fuck you. Okay, that never happened. It's another delusion of your mind. Okay, if everybody can find them on your fucking Twitter, you fucking idiot. Fuck you. If I pull up your Twitter and I show it to people and they see that information, Brian, it's on your Twitter. What do you want me to do about it? I told you to take it off the fucking Twitter. Maybe you should listen.
That you made up, that Dymo found you typing out in an archive stream that you were watching where you were bragging about being the kill stream co-host, you fucking pathetic loser. I deserve it.
Oh, he's so angry. Nobody was bragging about it. Somebody asked me if I was still with Ralph, and I said, yes, I am. I'm still the co-host on the kill stream. I still have that position.
Okay, Persip.
Very upset about it, Brian. I don't understand.
I think we should get into it.
It's a
so
nothingness.
you guys understand the relationship between me and Persip. Perspicacity was a fucking kiwi farmer that decided to write up my kiwi farm thread with a guy named Juan but not forgotten. And
That's true. I was a writer on Brian's Kiwi Farms thread, but it was very strange. I might as well tell the story. It was a very strange time. I was invited into a group chat where they were writing Brian's thread. I was very knowledgeable about DSP lore in particular, and Brian's arc in DSP lore, Brian's legendary arc in DSP lore, and taking down the SOK. The SOK imploded within 6 months of Brian getting involved. Even though it had gone for years and years and years, they met Brian and there was a fucking implosion that you wouldn't even believe. So in the implosion, there was all this lore on Brian threatening to kill people, Brian getting blood runes sent to him, Brian saying he's going to fly to Norway to kill Vidar and bury him in the front yard. A lot of life ruination, people calling each other's jobs, the works. It was an amazing, amazing arc for Brian. And I was an expert in that field. And I provided some of the SOK lore for that time. And, these people were like convinced Brian was like some evil mastermind, like he was like an evil sociopath that all he did was destroy people. And I said, no, Brian just kind of stumbles through. And as he's stumbling and falling over, he's taking everybody around him with him. and he just stumbles through crowds and crowds of people. I mean, this is Brian's thing. So, Brian isn't evil or a mastermind. He just is constantly has to be involved and constantly stumbling into people, falling over. It's a drunk guy at the party that everybody wants to leave. Okay. So that's Brian. He's not evil. He's not a mastermind. He's not out to get you. He's just retarded. Okay. So that was a whole arc. I was credited as a contributor for the SOK lore. Brian found out about that and lost his fucking mind, threatened to shoot me in the head, threatened to torture me in a Saw game. He'd lose his mind every fucking day about it and would tell everybody about it and how much of a piece of shit I was because I was trying to kill him and I was stalking him. And somehow we became friends after that. Somehow after, I think about a year, Brian realized that I wasn't sending pipe bombs to his house. And we became friendly. And I enjoyed that friendship. And now this is where we're at.
About a handful of other people. When we first met, surprisingly shocking, I know, I didn't fucking like the guy. I think there was a very obvious reason I'm not going to like the guy. He embellished a lot of shit. He told a lot of bullshit. And to his credit, he tried to tell Warren and them to stop making shit up in my thread. Of course, that wasn't going to happen.
I did do that.
But he tried. Okay? After meeting this dickhead.
But I embellished and made up a lot of stuff. But I said, try to say things about Brian that are actually true and not also schizophrenic delusions. Brian has enough of those. You don't need to make any up for him.
Butting heads multiple times. We came to an agreement of sorts of understanding one another based off of Ethan Ralph and specifically the Vickers. Okay? And after that, we kind of found a way to mesh through bullshit. And I can get along with most people, even if you fuck me over to a degree.
This is a completely nonsense. Brian, you can't get along with anybody. Anybody that you've ever met or had an interaction with becomes a blood enemy of yours where you're doxing and swatting each other within a week. A week, Brian. You are not easy to get along with. But I did that, you were a good friend of mine. And I enjoyed your company. I enjoyed us screaming at each other and stuff. I mean, I'm a weirdo like that. I found you very entertaining, Brian.
I can get along with most people, but overall, I forgave this guy, and he apologized thoroughly. Now, COVID hits, and this guy was in med school in New York City, doing what he needed to do. And this fucking guy does what I would say is a pretty reasonable thing at the time. He decides to not take the COVID shot in New York City, which gets him kicked out of med school.
By the way, Brian is loyal. Brian is really loyal. It's not like you've told people privately this story already, Brian, that you're going to tell on a live stream. But keep going and spreading my personal business around. I fucking love it. I love that you're a snake and will take any personal information that you learn and divvy it out for favors and information. I love it, Brian. And I knew about it for a long time, bro. Just saying, I let you slide for a long time, Brian. Long time.
Which gets him kicked out of his program, which is...
Remember, Brian, everybody who talks to you records you and screenshots your conversations. Just keep that in mind, Brian.
A pretty big deal if you're going to be a doctor. I think you giving up your career and all that med time would actually do those things. I mean, it's kind of fucked. And I still feel bad for him on that, but he had to make that decision. I even told him to move out of states. Many people did, but he wasn't going to do that. So
yes, Brian.
He decided to start a business.
Brian giving great advice.
But he starts a business, and it seemed to work out for him well. But in the process of all this, in this transition,
it sounds so horrible, doesn't
decided
it?
to continuously fuck over what we would refer to as the writer's room. Either withholding money, making fucking
withholding money
about things, and demanding
so
more work from a guy.
Let's talk about this before Brian even gets his part. For the Fegmenko stream, we had an agreement. PPP really wanted to give me the money. I didn't even care about money. Listen, I know it sounds stupid. I don't really care that much about money. Entangling money in these kinds of situations always ends poorly. And the older you get, the more you learn that entangling friendships and business and money together is never a good idea. So I was never really that interested in getting any money from doing anything for the casino. I was doing very well at my job. I was doing well. There was no reason for me to beg. I mean, it's been tight, but who isn't tight in this economy in fucking Biden's America, okay? So, any working class schmo anyway. So, there was never an aspect of money that was really involved in being part of the writers' room. There never was. Ashton probably ate all the money or gambled it away anyway, and I didn't really worry about it because he was on his ass, had no place to go, needed to save up money, probably had credit card bills and all kinds of stuff. And I was just happy for him to make some money because, I mean, you see the guy, he ain't working. Okay. No regular job. Not at his fucking weight. Now I'm not even sure if he's walking. But he was at the point where it was getting really difficult. I think it was getting difficult for him to like really do any kind of work. He was getting so fat. We had many discussions about he needed to lose some weight and like get in shape and stuff. So I was paid 50% of what we made on the Perspicacity stream. I think we made like $1,000. I was paid $500. Brian was supposed to get $100. Now, PPP, being the fat piece of shit that he is, said, I'm not giving Brian the $100. Period. I'm not giving Brian the $100. I will give you your cut, but I will not give Brian a cut. And I got into a big fight with PPP about it, that why wouldn't you just give Brian $100? Like, what is the big deal? Brian never got his $100. But Brian folded like a weak bitch about it. And I'm not going to continue to keep fighting with PPP about $100 if Brian has already folded on the whole issue. I fought with him about it. I said he should pay Brian. Brian folded and said, you don't need to pay me. I'm just never going to do a live stream for you again. If you know, some bullshit. He should have just demanded the $100. But he's a weak bitch. So he's going to blame this all on me.
Was concerned about being homeless. This was one of the contingencies that led me to go, hey, Ashton, you're a fat fucking loser, faggot, and you should probably stop being a piece of shit. Because I defended the guy. Because
this is after the Perspicacity stream, by the way. So Brian stayed on board for another 3 to 4 months until we decided to jump ship, and Brian came with us. I mean, Brian just sided with us.
Actually,
smart idea.
Reasonably at the time, seemed and acted like a decent fucking person for the years that I had interacted with the guy. Even though he wrote my thread, I had forgiven this piece of shit to help him help himself. So when he was in his lowest point, just like Ashton, just like PPP, when he was in that fucking cabin, I had offered to help him and PPP during COVID and their situations equally. I had forego money that I was supposed to earn, and he knows this
I
is
didn't
fucking
snake
true.
first.
So don't
Brian,
you lie,
trust me.
Trust me.
I did not stink first. I was very, very tolerant of Brian. Brian was on my shit list for at least 6 months. I never snaked Brian. I asked him very nicely 100 times to stop what he was doing because, you know, he has a family and stuff, and he wouldn't stop. And then I fought with Brian for 3 months, screaming and yelling that he needs to stop because it's retarded. You're doing live streams where you're sending people are sending you CP. It's time to stop, Brian. It's time to let it go, bro. Time to touch fucking grass and get back in reality. Okay? And I told him that, and he lost his fucking mind and declared it like the biggest snaketing of his life up there with the outline stream. I mean, it's complete delusion.
On money that I earned from PPP show to give it to Persip so he could pay his rent, so he could get groceries, so he could get off the ground because his life...
None of that is true. It had nothing to do with... This is all made up nonsense.
...collapsed and he needed a restart. I did that for a piece of shit that never, ever fucking deserved it. I did that. And what I got for it was this fucking grifting piece of shit trying to become an East Lab. And I told him in the beginning that every East Lab trying to become an East Lab, there's a fucking line. And if you get wrapped up in the ego, if you get wrapped up in the bullshit, that you will fuck over everyone to get to the top, and you will never know what the bottom looks like. And sure as shit, sure as fucking daisies, this fucking guy takes it, goes straight to the head, full ego, straight to the fucking moon, the whole 9 yards, all up in his head. Me and Squire are asking each other, what is wrong with this fucking guy? As he's eating his shit up. Then he becomes Ralph's co-host, and he does a fucking stream where he's crying about
of course,
it, like
always blameless, Squire. You're always fucking blameless for everything.
You know, it's just Ralph. You're just
you notice where Squire went.
It's not the big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. But this fucking guy let it go.
Look around the room,
He believed
Brian.
that attaching himself to Adam and the kill stream solidified him into growing in viewership. And that was it.
This is nonsense. You really want to know why I was the co-host for Ralph? Because I enjoyed doing the show with Ralph. I sparked up a friendship with Ralph that was completely out of fucking nowhere. There was no plan for that. It happened. And I like doing the show with Ralph. Ralph is super easy to do the show with, and I have fun with it. There's no, like, nobody's a celebrity, Brian. Nobody's a star. We're in a tiny little corner of the internet with no viewership. Just come back to reality, buddy.
That's it. That was it. A complete fucking grift. No better than fucking Warski. No better than PPP.
Grift, what
no
money am I making, Brian?
Same fucking behaviors.
What money am I making online? I should fucking put super chats.
Place that they did.
At
After
this
everything
point,
I've done for Adam,
being called a grifter now, I should have super chats. I should be monetized.
Even when they did that, the fucking guy has the balls to come on a stream and talk about me. The first thing he says is he's super guilty.
I'm a
because what he
grifter
knows
now.
he did was wrong. What he knows he did was lies, and what he knows he did was a gay fucking op with a fucking tranny.
A gay op with a tranny. Brian. All right, here. I need the fucking X-Files music. Brian, come back to Earth, Brian. Whatever fucking universe that you've been living in, come back to Earth, bro. Come back to Earth. There is no gay op with the tranny. You did that yourself. Nobody psyoped you into doing that. Nobody hypnotized you into talking to a tranny. Nobody did any of that. Get a fucking grip, bro.
Get out of the situation because you thought, Persip, you were going to be doxxed by Zoom. That's what you fucking said. That's why you said you had a target on your back. That's why you all did it. You thought that Zoom was going to get you, the boogeyman from Pack Network. Because you're fucking pussies. You're fucking pussies. You got no fucking balls. You'll attach yourself to anything to survive.
I'm
like
nobody, Brian. Leech. None of these people have any interest in me.
And you're going to sit here and tell me that you feel guilty?
Unless I run around their Discord server.
What? For what? Fuck you. I should have let you be homeless in New York when you fucking needed that money. That's what I should have done, you piece of shit.
I was gonna be homeless unless you gave me $100? Are you for real, Brian? This is some real fucking schizo hour shit. This is some real schizo fucking hour shit. Let me tell you, Brian. Go to a psychiatrist, bro. Get on some fucking meds. When did you ever give me money? For groceries or because I was gonna be homeless? This is all your fucking delusions, bro.
I remember that, Persip. You best believe I'll remember that, motherfucker. Fucking cunt. Don't ever help people out like that, bros. If you can learn a lesson from that, because I'm a retard, don't ever help people like that, ever, because they don't deserve your fucking help. Let them suffer. Let them sit in the cold like PPP in the cabin, and maybe then they'll figure it out. Maybe then they'll figure it the fuck out.
I thought I started a business, Brian.
Cardinal rules.
What happened to
I
that?
can't say what those are.
Of course you can, because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. I was a ride or die, motherfucker. That's how I am,
$100 is
friend.
like gas
I ride or
money,
die.
gas and cigarette
you,
money for the
you
week.
You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
Red.
That's what you are. That's what you are, bitch. I didn't break no cardinal rules. You know what I said? I said the same shit as soon as you guys did what you did. The first fucking stream. The first one. The first one. Where you were in the voice call when they fucking swatted me with Squire. When you got to hear the police officers at my door. You know it's real. And the first fucking stream, you guys fired the shot. And all I did was put out a tweet, a 6-minute long recording, where I said that I hope Adam gets sober. Because I still had love for the guy, even though he did wrong.
Let me explain this to you, Brian. You say shit, you're going to get hit. Okay. You say people are snaking you. You say there's conspiracies against you, against people who have known you for years and never recorded you or did anything to you. Okay. Say there's these conspiracies out there. You make insane, vile claims about people. And then when somebody does it back to you, you're shocked and surprised. And Brian, you need to stop being shocked and surprised. If you could do it, everybody else can do it too.
He's an alcoholic, he's a fucking drug addict, and he's not allowed around his fucking kids, and he knows it, and you know it, and your argument is it's none of our business. And that's the cardinal sin that I broke. Even though you all took the first shot, even though y'all did the first fucking thing to me, you made it personal. You did. So feel guilty, bitch. Fuck you. Fucking cunt. How dare you?
You're a
cardinal
cunt,
sin.
Brian.
Go suck a dick.
You're a cunt.
fucking otter boy.
I'd break cardinal rules if I said what they were. Brian needs to
Fucking delusional cunt,
Bitch, come
Brian.
teach me my place. Hey, you want to tell Shaggy to come roll up? Come teach me my place. You know my address. Pull up, Persip. Come teach me my place. Put me in my place, bitch. I would love to see you put me in my place, Persip. I don't think you fucking could. I don't think you fucking could.
I would put your fucking puppy ass
bitch.
in its place,
I fucking
Brian.
dare you.
What would you waddle
you
up
would,
to
bitch.
me
You know
and
where I live.
holler?
Pull the
Get
fuck
the
up.
fuck out of here, Brian.
Pussy. Don't talk about putting me in my place. Fuck you, bitch. I have no cages.
You're in a
Fuck you think
cage,
you're talking
Brian.
to? I
You're
make
in a
Gamergate,
cage of your own
motherfucker.
delusions and
I make you.
schizophrenia.
I'll unmake you, Persip. Don't fuck with me. Pull up, bitch. You all tough.
Oh shit.
Always threatening to kill people,
No,
Brian.
come hit me,
This
bitch.
is what
I
happens
want
out
it.
there, boys and girls.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
happens.
I
Come
know
hit me,
you
bitch.
did.
By that.
Come hit me, pussy. Okay. I got you, Persip. I got you.
I hope you're not upset by that reality.
Oh, I'm sad. I'm cool as a
Spit
cucumber,
that
pussy.
food out, Brian.
Bring
Spit
it.
that
Start it
food
off.
all over yourself.
Bitch.
Brian,
Yeah. What's up,
first
Persip?
topic of conversation.
Yeah, what's the topic,
I had Jim-
Persip?
Yep, we're really
Fuck
having
yeah.
a conversation here, Brian. We're going back and forth in 3 different ways, and I love it.
Jim has been obsessively following everything that Brian does.
Yeah, he's
Let's
always
roll
done that.
back here.
He lies about me all the time. Wow, I'm
Jim
shocked.
does a horrible stream that I will not even bother to replay.
Based.
And half of it is about Brian.
Very based.
And how much his Halloween decoration set up Brian, which
That's
isn't
not
true.
true.
I mean, Brian
Exactly.
just threatens to kill everybody he doesn't like. That's just
That's true. I do.
That's
Don't
true.
fuck with
form
me,
of
I'll kill
affection
you.
for Brian.
Yes.
It's true. It's true, chat.
Look at Jim. Every fucking
Threatening
look at
random people you,
You
don't
can't see
even
it,
know
Chad.
what
I'm
to
gonna
start to
describe
kill
it.
him.
Jim,
It's gonna go
for
over
months,
big, Brian.
the majority, like I would say at least 80% of his tweets, or whatever, on posts, the
Yes.
pedophile Twitter
This
place,
is true.
the one where the graph guy runs it that was just rated for child pornography that Jim espouses and loves and won't get off because he's probably
Yes.
also a dunce. That website, yeah, Jim only talks about me. Ever since I told Jim the reality, and which I've made him now have to do these streams where he's trying to set up a nest egg for Jade, allegedly. But let's be honest here, because once again,
He
this is
made
like the
him
fifth
do- he
goodbye,
made
sixth
him
goodbye.
do this.
He ain't dying, Chad.
He made
ain't
Jim
going
make
anywhere. You're gonna
tens
have
of
Jim streams
thousands
for
of
years to
dollars.
come. He'll die when he's like 60 or something,
It was
like 20
Brian's
years
idea.
down the road, and you all keep giving him money. Let's be honest. Jim ain't going anywhere.
The world
he's a fucking man
revolved
in a
around
wooden box,
Brian.
trolling everyone. He's ripping everyone off. He's got hats for days. Even when he dies, Jade's gonna throw up every now and again. Jade's gonna like make a channel to throw up his like fucking links to his hats or something. She's gonna rip his dead body. Guarantee it.
about Brian, by the way. Jim totally not obsessed.
Jim's always obsessed.
All about
Yeah,
Brian.
so he's scrolling. You can't see it. So Persip's scrolling through pages and pages
Look
and
at
pages
Brian.
of Jim. Just obsessed. Posting
No
about me.
hands
Just
on the
constantly
wheel, looking at
fucking
the
posting
phone.
about me. Non-stop. The
You
nigga,
can see the
I live
car.
rent-free.
You
And
see the car going,
his
he's
brain,
flying all
and his
over the
fucked up head
road.
as his wife's getting fucked by a black guy because he can't get it up no more.
Brian a danger to everybody else on the road as he streams this.
Oh, he's not talking. The fuck?
Hey,
There we go.
on literal pedo post, as we like to call it, place where all the
Jim's
pedophiles
last
hang
stream
out.
did it.
Jim
Sucked
refused
bad.
refused to go back to Twitter.
It was about me. I know.
Hangs
I
all
know.
day out on post.
He
What
took
does
me
he
out
do
back.
on
I'm ruined, though.
post?
I'm real
post?
fucking upset.
He stalks Brian.
I'm ready to blow my brains out here.
Jim, why won't you apologize?
Brian,
for
you're always
something
ready to
you
blow
did?
your brains
Pale,
out.
Incredibly Jim,
Every day.
linking to Brian's video. Jim, talking constantly about Brian. Look at this.
Look at this. Look at this, Chad. It's all Brian. I live in
This
Jim's
is
fucking head. I'm in his
literally
dreams.
minutes of this happening. Jim is
He's looking out the window to make sure I'm not at the driveway every day.
All right, we're gonna skip
Every day.
ahead.
celebrating Brian.
Jim doesn't understand that the more he puts me out there, the more attention I get, even if it's bad, even if it's lies like this, Jim, people will tune in and watch. People will tune in and watch Jim like they are now. People will still talk. People will still bring me up. They'll still say I'm king of the sector. I don't even give a fuck. But you're promoting me, Jim.
Yeah, you
every
do.
time like a fucking moron. And you hate my
I don't
guts, so
even
you should
give a
probably
fuck.
shut the
You
fuck
love
up,
it,
but you
Brian.
can't stop talking about me.
Love the
I'm in your
attention.
nightmares. You can look out your window thinking I'm on your driveway every fucking morning with a cup of coffee, shaking, hoping to God that I'm not there while they're changing your fucking catheter. Keep being afraid, Jim.
Oh, and a little bit now. Okay, talked about Boogie for 2 seconds. I'm sure he'll get back to Brian. But heard KOP was having a tough night. I mean, he's back to Brian. It only took 2 seconds. Okay, now that I've proven that, that's out of the way. The audience better
All right,
agree
enough
with
of my
that statement
boring
because
ass.
it's the truth.
Story chat. Adam was trying to convince Ralph to get him a Killstream press pass to go to the Boogie box or the Warski boxing event. Excuse me.
So this is an even more insane delusion. But I'll let Adam explain maybe this insane delusion if he wants to. I won't speak. I won't speak for Godman's
The
sake.
Warski boxing event, where he was going to take Elaine Miller to film it so he could cheat on his wife. That was the plan. I told this retard not to cheat on his wife and don't do that. And he was trying to like beg Ralph to do all these things and get this shit done, and he couldn't. Ralph couldn't even pull the strings. And no offense to Ralph, it's not even. I don't even think Ralph even went ahead and contacted Keemstar. I think he just told Adam to no.
This is
but
completely
Adam and his
wrong
fucking
on every
retarded
level.
drug addict brain thought it was like some weird play that he could totally get in there because he's a big deal. He's a big deal. He's Adam Edge. He's a big deal. He's gonna interview Worski at the fucking fight. It's gonna be Keno.
What is he even
Never
talking
fucking
about?
happened, chat. Wasn't even about the interview. It was about him trying to fuck Elaine
About
Miller. That was it.
Worski? It's not even the same fight, Brian. You're not even remembering the same two things. He's mixing together the August fight and another event with which was Boogie versus versus Wings. That is the fight that he's referencing. But he thinks Worski's going to be there for some reason because his mind is so addled from I don't even know what, from mental illness, that he can't connect these two things together. He thinks they're the same thing. He thinks the Wings v Boogie fight is the same as the Worski fight. It wasn't, bro.
That was it.
That's how accurate this is.
Persip, if you like Star Trek and all that shit with your friends, that's fine. But you think people are going to give a fuck about you guys sitting there doing
that
a
was
Star
just
Trek
for us.
quiz? No one gave a fuck. Period. So take that shit and walk. We're going to skip over Star Trek.
That was for us to
fuck
have a little
fucking
competition.
Fuck 'em.
We just
No one cares.
streamed it.
No one cares about fucking Spock or fucking Star Trek.
And the dead.
Nobody cares about fucking
Okay.
only
Where are we on to next?
There's no
only
way those two
real
didn't know. They knew
thinking
that.
people.
Oh my god, it's like 15
Demon
minutes of
Tide.
Star Trek.
watch Star Trek. I guess that
Getting
disqualifies you, Brian.
Protege.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
From,
We're on this Persip's rant about the Daimo. Here we go.
An old, I don't know what to say, friend, disciple.
That's another one. I forgot about this. Persip in this. Let's go back.
I have a comment about this. Gahul is the biggest loser I've ever seen. Imagine siding with DJ Axel over Daimo, who's his actual friend. He's gonna side with fucking DJ Axel. It's unbelievable. It's just unfucking believable that he's gonna side with DJ fucking Axel. Unfucking real.
Chat, you can hear this. I want you to wrap your brain around this. I don't know if Daimo admits to this. I hope not. But let's hear it. Let's hear this. This is kind of amazing what Persip says. This is how much Persip's ego is out of whack. This is where Persip's at in his head. Okay, he's gonna claim, chat, that he created the Daimo. That the character known as the Daimo, the fucking samurai with the eye patch, the whole Council of Evil arc, everything about Daimo was written, produced, and owned. Intellectual property of Perspicacity. Alright? This is fucking retarded. For multitudes of reasons. But we're gonna play this. I don't know if that's true, but it's so fucking insane of how his ego's out of whack that he thinks he's like a director or something in Hollywood, that he thinks he's like directing films when he talks to people. But that gives you the mind. I want you to wrap your brain around that, because that's how he perceives people. That he's like creating movies out of people. He's producing something out of people.
Yeah,
it's like an inhuman
like you,
interaction.
Brian.
It really is.
Inhuman interaction.
All right.
Brian, I don't know if you know much about what human interaction is, besides talking about wanting to kill people.
Old, I don't know what to
He's
say,
the
friend,
architect.
disciple,
Try lane B.
protege of mine of 3 years ago.
The person single-handedly writing every
And
scene in the
he
sector.
finally stood up for himself after 3 years.
It's
years
true.
of folding, getting mad, declaring the council is dead, folding, and then groveling back.
Like, I didn't know what you would do with this, Brian.
Finally.
You know what's funny?
Brian,
He talks about
KOP is
groveling
my
back.
favorite TikTok
Do
streamer.
you guys remember when he
do
groveled back
TikTok.
to PPP to be the co-host of the Keno Casino for
Just
one
brain
day?
dead.
And then he got fired, and Worski came back. Remember that? Remember
Yes,
when he groveled
everybody
back
remembers
to PPP?
that, Brian.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that thoroughly. I thought that was the funniest shit. Me and Squire told that retard, don't do that. Have some fucking self-respect. Don't crawl back to PPP. Don't believe his lies.
I'll
He's
tell
gonna
the
set
story,
you up
Brian.
to bring back Worski. We literally told him that, and he crawled the fuck back to PPP. Thought he was gonna be the co-host of the Keno Casino. He thought he was gonna make a living off of it. He was like all excited, and he got stabbed right in the back like we told him, because PPP is nothing but a fat piece of shit snake.
Okay, so here's what really happened. When I told Brian that I was going to do the show with PPP after fucking weeks of talking and be trying to weasel out of it, but I couldn't get out of it. He wanted me to be the co-host, and I was like, "Oh boy, this is gonna be great." So I told Brian and Squire about it, and Brian immediately created a group chat with PPP called the Writers Room. Jizzed his pants and was so excited to be back. He was officially going to be part of the Writers Room this time. Okay, that was Brian's fucking big motivate. That was him telling me it was a horrible idea. Brian was ready, and I said, bro, I don't even know if we're going to make it past this first show. And Brian was very excited. He was officially going to be part of the Writers Room. To clear up some lore here, Brian didn't even know that the Squire and I were writing the Kino Casino until June. Brian. You didn't even know until June. Till after the Fegbenko stream. You're delusional, bro. You're delusional. You didn't have anything to do with anything. The Writers Room has only ever been 3 people. That's it.
We told him, and then Worski got brought in, and PPP blamed everything on Persip, and he never got over it. He never got over it. Just like Adam Edge, like jaded bitches. They never got both of them. They never got over not being.
You never got over a stream about you wanting to see another man's an outline of another man's cock, Brian. You never got over it. You relive it every day. Okay, you have PTSD from it. You relive it every day, and you really need to get the fuck over it. Everybody knows you're a fag. It's okay, bro. The world didn't end. You have your job. You have a job and a family. I don't know, bro. Maybe it's time to get over it.
That's the real issue. That's the real issue with Godwinson and Persip is that they're jaded bitches because they didn't get picked to be the co-host with PPP on the Kino Casino. Whereas me and Squire just sat back and laughed at shitty people doing shitty things and called it like we saw it. It's always been that way. When you call shit like you see it, you don't play the game, you're never going to be liked.
That's what you do, Brian. You sit back and watch. Take that to the bank. You don't get directly involved in every little fucking thing that happens.
Hold on. Let's go back to Dymo.
He sits back and watches.
It's cute that you say Dymo groveled back when you do the same shit, Persip. Fucking hypocrite.
Grew some fucking balls.
Sense.
Finally, it happened.
What the murder of the kitty cat?
Murder of the kitty cat.
107.
Now, this is Axel's, this is figuratively Dymo's friendship with Axel. It's hovering over this boiling pot of water. Hovering.
Folks.
What's up?
Of course,
oh, there's the Dymo in the chat.
Like the whole thing.
Dymo, hot take, Dymo. I don't know if you typed it already. I didn't get to see it. Dymo, did Perspicacity create you? Yes or no? Yes or no? I need to know.
Yes,
right now. Were you created in a laboratory
my unfortunate
by
creation.
Persip? Did he write you in? That's psychotic. Thank you. There we go. All I needed to see. All I need to see. Persip says he created you, Dymo. Do you want to hear it again? I'll shut up. Hear it, Dymo.
I didn't create you, Brian. You're a fucking beast all of your own.
An old, I don't know what to say, friend, disciple. Protege of mine.
It's a joke. It was a dumb joke, but it was a joke.
And he finally stood up for himself.
Finally stood up for yourself, Dymo. He created you. You were a protege.
He did finally stand up for himself against a fucking pedo cabal.
Friendship with Axel. It's hovering over this boiling pot of water. Hovering.
Folks.
That's psychotic. There you go.
That's like a whole thing.
Dymo is Persip's intellectual property.
Talk about raping children.
Blitz.
That's fine, but talking about somebody's dead animal,
sacrifice
too far.
It's too far, chat. Gahul's a piece of shit. Gahul
is a piece of shit.
Gahul, Mr. Donkey Kong.
Gahul is a colossal piece of shit. Imagine turning against your friend being like, apologize to the pedophile. Can you imagine that?
Where's the laptop when they seized it? How come you never got it back? That's all. I'm just curious, Gahul. Why did you never get it back?
Can you imagine being a fat ogre and telling your friend to apologize to a pedophile?
Gahul, that it might be a bad idea if you've ever been raided by the FBI for child pornography?
Shocking behavior.
You go hang out with people who hop on live streams and talk about raping children. Did you ever think and go meet them in real life?
Yeah, especially after you've had your house raided for it. Brian makes very valid points.
Or still are
here.
That might be a bad look.
It's a bad look, bro.
I don't know. Just throwing that out there, Gahul.
I'll put StreamYard link.
Fucking moron.
I'm not doing Discord. If you want to call in.
Where's he fucking put this cat? In the boiler.
Once, so I owe you. Feel like
Who cares about Kahoot?
But I thought that stream was actually creative. It's one of
Daimo's got a
Daimo's
boiling
first
pot
good
with a kitty.
streams in a long time.
With a fucking toy cat on a rope. Base Daimo? It's pretty good. That's pretty good, Daimo. The boiling pot with a cat being like a toy cat.
Yeah,
on a
well,
rope,
that is how I
to
basically,
dunk it
yeah.
in boiling water to fuck with Axel. That's prime Kino.
That is how I'm
that
addressing this,
That's a
Don
good one.
Giovanni.
And Gahul getting seething about this? That's even better.
Cut the cord.
What a king.
Cut the
What a
cord
king
on this
Daimo.
kitty cat, and it boils.
Look at Persip trying to claim that Daimo's his prodigy now that Daimo's making Kino content. Fuck out of here,
Finally,
Persip,
the
you
end of the
grifter. Fuck off, get walking. That was Daimo's idea.
Do
Not
Do you
yours.
know the first person Brian ran to was Daimo? Of all people. Just to run to people, he ran to Daimo, which I found enlightening, Brian. I found that
Right
really
now.
enlightening. He ran to
Got it.
Daimo.
Was apparently lost Daimyo as his member.
Daimyo. Okay.
Don't worry, he wants to start a show with Daimyo now.
Right. Toy
Is
cat.
the same faggot he wants to say he's going to rape children.
Oh, whoa.
Axel has no soul, so he doesn't count because he's a pedophile. So,
Very based.
no soul.
Of course it's based.
Shaggy needs his head kicked in. I have made arrangements with Brian to drive to Shaggy's house.
Facts, all true. All true. I'm on the road right
All
now.
true.
Don't worry.
I
Got to pull
have
over
this
through
deal with
Minnesota
Brian,
first.
even though we hate each
Has
other,
no
we will
dignity or self-worth.
stomp
Very
Shaggy's
based.
head in.
Want to say
Very.
he's going to
This
rape
is, by the
children.
way, the most basest take I've ever heard Persicacity ever win. Think about it, Chad. Think of all the fucking streams that you've ever heard Persip talk on. Have you ever heard Persip sit there and personally say he's going to cave someone's head in? Ever. And then
No,
he's
it's
going
never
to
happened
drive down
before.
with
I
me
think
to
it's
go fucking end people's
called
lives?
for. I think
Ever.
certain
What
little
a
meth heads
base
need their
take
heads caved
by
in.
Persicacity. As
Because they
Persip's
think
my
they can say
intellectual
whatever they
property
want.
because I created him, I approve that message, Persip. I think that's a very based hot take. I think caving
He's
in
going to turn
pedophiles' heads
against
with
me
bricks
like a little
and
piece of
driving down to
shit that he
Shaggy's house
is.
is a base take. Thanks, Persip.
So, Shaggy deserves his head caved in. I don't think you'll survive.
I know Shaggy
You don't
lives
have
in the
many brain
boat.
cells
All the
left,
more,
but I don't think you'll
all the more benefit to
survive.
me when I
What a
dump his
base
body.
take. What a rare base. Like, it's like a rare Persip W and the fucking woods. You know how many L's Persip takes from otters and bears, right? To being in the writer's room with a bunch of fags. To
Being
all,
in the
whole
writer's
9
room
yards,
with
right?
a bunch of fags, Brian included.
And that's one rare W on the Persicacity right there.
That level of brutality, and you deserve it.
Another
cry about it
self-help.
later.
Don't cry about it. We'll be dead. He's gonna brick him.
You know you can't fucking do anything about it. I mean, you're like a midget who weighs like, I don't even think you weigh 100 pounds.
The only
Whoa.
other fag in there.
Rare
but you're
Persip
right.
W. Persip
Now,
slit
there
throats.
are, now I'm the only fag left in the
One
writer's
other
room.
thing.
What's the other thing, Persip? Oh, it's of course, it's the Kino fucking casino. How did I not know that this jaded bitch would have to talk about Ashton and Worski for the millionth time? Who cares? Who cares? All
Oh, I'm going to cover that at the end here.
right, let's get past
I have
Kino
some clips
Casino.
and
Nobody
stuff
cares
for
about the Kino fucking casino anymore. They're dead.
Just a recap
In fact,
from
the one
last
thing
night.
that Kino Casino did was make a movie, and you guys need to watch that movie. It's
Even though
actually
I
kind
don't
of
know,
funny.
I
And
already
Kino, it's really
reacted to
shit.
it when it
It's
was happening
awful,
live.
and it's trash. But the fact that
Why does he say Perspicacity? I don't know why he says Perspicacity. I think he thinks that's how the word is pronounced. He's always just said Persip because he cannot say the word.
and PPP decided to take some of the money and make a fucking movie, I'll tip my hat to that. It's a sector movie. It's pretty good. It's got JF in it. It's got Teddy Feezer. It's not too bad. It's got Croc. You know, it's a shit movie, but you know, maybe in the second one they'll pay people to fly out and do cameos. Who knows? All right, we're skipping over this. I don't care about the Kino Casino. Nobody cares. Let's get to the real content. Come on.
Real
Tries to invite
content.
Axel on. I'm just cutting it.
Let's get to the real
Understand.
content.
Oh, okay, here we go. Chat, you're about to get something that I never thought would happen. I never thought would happen in a million fucking years. We're gonna get Persicacity in a voice call.
Look how excited
with
Brian
Norman
is.
Shaggy, and they're gonna blood sports about yours truly.
There's nothing that
Rent-free.
gets Brian hard like
Free of
Bloodsport,
charge.
boy.
This is
He's excited.
by far something I've been wanting to listen to for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm
I've been
sure it
wanting
is.
them to run into each other. I've been wanting to see Persip drop the nice guy act. I've been ready for Persip to let it all ride. I wanted Persip to slit somebody's throat for so long, and of course, I deliver.
Nice
You're
guy
welcome.
act.
You're welcome. All the content, by the way, chat, that's happened since October to now, you can thank me personally. Jim stream, the Council of Evil coming out of the rocks, the talk
Council of
again,
Evil coming out of the
Impreza
rocks. You're
uploads,
obsessed for
the
some
Plate
reason
Gang
with the
Civil
Council
War.
of Evil too. On
They
a
all
level I don't
saw
understand.
the poll got taken down and the poll show was gone. So they all thought They can climb out of the fucking woodworks and let it ride. What they didn't know was that it was all a part of the plan, baby. It was all a part of the plan. It was all written down in the stones. Let all you fuckers get comfortable again so I can get months of content to cover you fuckers again. It's going to be a Christmas special.
Okay. So Brian, another delusion of Brian. We're back in the Brian zone, like, completely. Where Brian now has faked his own meltdown, homicidal threat spree, deleting of his channel and saying he committed suicide, and then promising to never come back was a ploy. It was a ploy. Everybody's been completely friggin' shanghaied here. Brian has been farming content secretly for the last 2 months while he was gone. And he's coming back.
Here we go, boys. We get Mormon fucking Shaggy versus Perspicacity. And personally, Persip, you should do this more often. Stop being a pussy and hiding behind Squire to fight all your battles.
Brian is going to pretend like he's never heard any of this. Brian was in the chat the entire time. And he's even in the comments section of the video. So, Brian, you really need to get it together, bro. I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know if you're having I don't know if you're having problems, bro, with the memory, but it's sad, bro.
It's gonna go.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, where's Shaggy?
It's the Wonder Bar. It's the Wonder Bar.
Where's Shaggy? He's bringing him in. Brian Keno.
Brian is an influencer. Don't you know that Brian went onto the Vulture COG stream, which disgusted me, by the way, Brian. It disgusted me to my core, and I wanted to throw the fuck up. But he went on COG stream and said that he was the leader of the writers' room. And that he was doing contract negotiation with Keemstar and promoting the event. Because everybody knows Brian is the head of marketing, bro. If you want your message out there, you go right to Brian.
I used to prefer the crunchy.
Oh my god.
All right.
There we go. All right, thank God.
What's up? I hear you're coming
Hi,
over and
Shaggy.
you bash my head in.
Hi, Shaggy. I hear you want your head bashed in. How bad do you want your head bashed in,
I
Shaggy?
heard if you didn't go to my dad's house, I don't live there. That's my only concern.
Well, do you
Just
want me
don't
to
go to
go
my father's
into
house.
you want me to go to your boat and smash your head in, or do you want me to go to your trailer? It could be either. I don't.
I'd much rather the boat because, my dad's paying for the trailer. It's like, leave my fucking dad alone, you weird gay faggot. I don't
You
need a
don't
bunch
care
of
about
weird,
your dad. You're
creepy
threatening to rape
people on the
children,
internet.
Shaggy, and I would fucking
Look, and
beat your
besides,
head
it'll be
in,
easier to
Shaggy.
dispose of your body at the boat.
Beat your
It'll be
fucking
easier to,
head
like,
in,
just
Shaggy.
Look at Brian seizuring that. Hold on, we're going to slow this down.
They even helped college make
Oh, there's
financial
commercials
sense,
playing
with
in
aid
there.
available for those who qualify.
We're going to play this in slow motion. Brian's having a seizure.
Easier to, like, just
Look at Brian.
You hear that, chat? You hear that? It's a sweet sound of content. That's real.
Out of his mind.
blood
This is what it's like in the.
Shaggy's threatening to slit Persip's throat and dump his body in the ocean off the side of the
In
boat.
Brian's
while
world, this
Persip
is like
just keeps
music
saying
to
he's
his
gonna
ear.
Cave his fucking
People
skull in
threatening
with a
to
brick.
kill other people. This
Pure
is what Brian
chef's
really
kiss of content.
understands.
You're welcome.
Everything else sounds like white noise to
And
Brian.
I take your head and I beat it into the cement for what you said.
Just gonna get shot.
And I hope
I'm going to slow it down again. We're going to watch Brian spaz the fuck out. While he drives, by the way.
Throat and dump his body in the ocean off the side of the boat while Persip just keeps saying he's gonna cave his fucking skull in with a brick. Pure chef's kiss of content. You're welcome.
midget, and I take your head and I beat it into the cement.
Look at Brian.
Just gonna get shot.
Calm down, Brian.
And I hope
It's not that great.
I hope that you're
You're gonna
willing
get
to risk
shot.
it, Shaggy.
We
I
got
hope that you're willing to risk it.
I hope that you're afraid.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna
Risk
Because
it.
I'm gonna beat
Yeah,
your
I'm not
fucking
afraid.
head in.
Shaggy. No one's
Risk it,
afraid
Shaggy.
of no one's afraid of
Faggots
two
that run around
neckbeards,
and
okay?
say
You're
shit
two
like
fucking
that
neckbeard losers. You know what?
to get your head bashed in,
Make those
Shaggy.
threats has nothing to do with whether or not you're going to carry them out.
deserve to
You
get
don't
your
make
head
those threats
bashed
just
in,
'cause you look
Shaggy.
like a
and
If
I
Brian
won't wants do to it. call
You look like a
very
fucking
welcome.
faggot. You're not a
Available to
tough
me.
guy.
I'll put your head in the concrete,
No,
Shaggy.
Perspic's gonna come and kill me. I should live in fear of
You
Perspic
should
and
live
Brian
in
Dunn.
fear of
You
it.
should live in fear,
The voice of the
Percy.
sector,
You
the
said I was
badasses
shook
of
up.
the internet.
You-
Perspic
you
and
said
Brian.
that-
Can we get memes of like Persip with a brick in his hand? Like,
Yes, we can.
stomping down a
I'll
dark
create them
alley,
myself,
heading
you
to
lazy
Shaggy's
fuck.
house. Can we get somebody? Well, can we get the American X where the American X scene where they have
It would be great if
what's his
Brian would
face?
do that, but he'll
Telling
never
the black guy
actually
to
do
kiss
it.
the
But he'll
curb and
threaten
just
to do
take
it for all
Shaggy's
time.
face.
He'll never make donuts in Jim's lawn, on Jim's nice green lawn that Jade just cut. He's never gonna do it.
We put it on the black guy and we put Persicacity's avatar on the American X guy, so we can have Persip put Shaggy's head in on the
What's my
fucking
time
pavement. Can we?
Oh,
What
I
a-
should have been
what a
wrapping up.
pre-
like
what a
5
nice
minutes ago.
Christmas present. Isn't this a nice Christmas present? I thought this was sweet. I thought this was like Persip's way of saying sorry by giving me content. By giving me something I've wanted to see him do for a long time. Just cut the chains and go out there and slit some throats.
Oh, there you go, Brian. I gave you a little gift there. I hope you enjoyed it, buddy. I'm gonna wrap this up now. We'll wrap it up with one little clip from last night. Brian's so happy. So happy people are screaming they're gonna kill each other. If anybody has any questions before we wrap up, just put them in the chat here. I said I was only going to do it for 60 minutes, and that's all I'm going to do. Let's see. We'll just throw these right in. Here we go. Some Christmas wishes
Apparently, Persip is sniping. All I gotta say, bro.
from my former
Do you know
600
how
pound
much
son.
money I'm getting paid right now to eat this shit
Persip.
and watch this garbage? Like, do you have any conception of how stupid this is?
We smashed our goal, destroyed it 2 times over, and now we're heading towards a third.
It's low energy and boring. Fuck,
Yes.
they made nearly $2,000.
They
I
made
don't
$2
know,
grand.
You do
Must
you,
be
buddy.
good.
I, bless your heart.
The first 4 hours of the show was the show.
Bless his heart.
Bless my
Bless
heart.
his heart.
Wow.
I know
bless
you're
his
missing
heart.
me, buddy.
You
Look how
chilling,
red he
bro.
turned.
It doesn't even matter.
Look how red he is. It turned from a fucking vampire from Blade into a red blob. Little cherry.
It just doesn't matter anymore.
He's such a fucking loser. Holy shit. Imagine watching hour and 40 of bonus people donating to watch us watch stupid shit, to laugh, and crying about it.
Yeah, that crackhead was a
We're
prize
doing
fighter.
another Nerds on the Go.
Alright, let's
I
go.
just love that, man. Like, good for him. Bless his heart. I hope he makes a nickel or something, man.
Yeah.
Oh, not
Bless
this
his heart.
shit.
Especially after dropping out of school.
Don't say that. That's nasty.
God, everybody's obsessed with it. Everybody's obsessed
you know,
with my academic
No,
career.
but it doesn't matter, man. Like, it doesn't matter.
He said enough things about me, I don't care.
Yeah, but you know what?
You're a
He can put a
crackhead.
B in his H for all I care.
Look at him. Look how ready he is.
Where we headed?
Trouble in
I'm looking for
Paradise,
a
bro.
reasonable-
Tired of visiting Andy in the drug clinic. Here, we'll
Grifter
cap it off with
nonsense,
this.
like grift. A lot of it is just from jealousy.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the
Hope
day,
you have
it's
some
okay for
Narcan, bro.
Ralphie to make money.
That's all I got to say.
But it's not okay for me or Andy
Stuff's
to
getting
make
cut
money.
with the
The
wrong stuff these days.
justifications for that shit is just bizarre. And it just doesn't really make any sense to anybody who isn't terminally online and like a part of the sector completely.
The sector's dead, dude.
Yeah, I know. But if you try to say to any like normal person on the street, like, hey, would you like want to make this money for sitting here watching this bullshit? They would probably say yes.
Yeah.
No.
Like, would they respect the guy who's putting in
I
as much
said no.
time and not making anything and not having
I
as
know
much
you can't
viewers?
understand why I would say no to
Probably
making
not.
something
The thing
like
is,
this.
though, the thing is, we actually
Aljam66 with 5 subs as well.
30 away. Let's go. But the thing is, though, we actually clip out like long, awesome segments. We've been
Look at Ash's
expanding
face.
our roster of
Hold on a
people.
second. While he's saying this, I didn't do a little examination, little facial examination yesterday, but just look at his face when Andy says these things. He wants to blow his brains out. Here we go. Why is it being weird?
They would probably say yes.
Yeah.
Like, would they respect the guy who's putting in as much time and not making anything and not having as
But
much viewers?
The thing is,
more?
though, Ashton,
Probably not.
The thing is, though, the thing is,
You didn't
we
base your
actually-
entire career.
Aljam
Hold on. Let's just play that back.
as much time and not making anything and not having as
But
much viewers.
The thing is,
more?
though, Ashton,
Probably not.
Forgot how he got where he is to begin with. Completely forgot everything. His mind has been fucking wiped. He doesn't remember that was his whole grift for many years when he was in the House of Surfer.
The thing is, though, the thing is, we actually
That was his whole fucking
66
claim
with
to
5
fame.
subs as
I'm
well.
not
30
making
away.
any money.
Let's go. But the thing is, though, we actually clip out like long, awesome segments. We've been
What happened to
expanding
I'm
our
doing it
roster.
because I enjoy it. I'm not doing it to make money. What happened, Ashton? Look at his face. Hold on. Go back a little bit.
We've been expanding our roster of people. The show's been
Look at
way
his
more
face.
enjoyable since we dropped some of the old.
Like,
So, Ashton,
probably not.
the thing is, though, the thing
Look at
is,
him.
we actually
Aljam66 with 5
Tries
subs
to cut
as
him
well.
off.
30 away.
It's like,
let's
please
go.
don't talk about the
But
production
thing
of
is,
the
though,
show.
we actually clip out like
Look at
long,
his face.
awesome segments.
Oh.
We've been expanding our roster of
Look at him.
people.
Look at
The
him. He
show's
keeps
been way
looking at
more
the
enjoyable
floor.
since we dropped
He's
some of the
like, oh,
old
God.
Like,
repetitive
it just
content.
doesn't really matter because there are people. Listen, I know
I
there are
sold
people
my soul
watching
for
Ralph's
this.
show who enjoy it.
Yeah, whatever.
That's good.
Have fun.
There are people who watch our show and enjoy it. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more years it'll be with this guy, with Persip. Again,
many
and I
more years
forgive you,
it'll be?
brother. I love you, brother.
He loves
I
me.
wish you the best.
I love
hope
you too, brother.
have success in your personal life.
Yeah.
I hope you reach your financial goals. I wish nothing bad upon you. And I want you to know that. And I'm sincere with that. And I just wish that you wished me the same. But if you're upset about internet bullshit,
You were
That's
just
fine.
threatening to dox me a few months ago
Bless
or
you.
anything, right?
okay.
And you could suck my fucking dick. Fuck you. All right, let's go.
All kinds of props.
Yeah, fuck.
Fuck that crackhead. That's all I got to say about that. All right. Well, we're wrapping up the stream here. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of this sadness that we have over Bri and his mental delusions, and that everything is everybody else's fault except for Brian. Little message for Brian. That was your choice to cry, Bri. It was your choice, bro. You decided to cry. I didn't make you cry. Get over it. Good night, everybody, and juice. Oh, the last bit didn't have any sound. Well, good night anyway, guys.